All right. Um, my name's Kirsty Hill. I make videos about my journey. My journey changes probably about every 3 days. I feel a new energy, I learn new things about myself, about where I'm heading, about what kind of energies I want to follow. Um, but today is just a CBD review. I bought some weed, grandma weed. It's called, I think it's called Wizard. Um, and okay, so there are some struggles involved in this story. Not like huge, painful things that go on for a long period of time and cause a lot of distress because how am I ever going to get out of it or anything like that. It's not that kind of struggle. I'm taking clonazepam, right, for my, I'm just having a flare-up in my anxiety. And it's linked to post-traumatic stress disorder, and I feel that I'm releasing the pain from that experience. So I had 2 clonazepams this morning, but then I smoked 2 lightly packed single skinners of weed. And I'd learnt yesterday that if I took my medication properly and took extra when I was feeling anxious, I would have no one having digs at me. I would have no one. Because, see, the thing is, they see you coming, they can see the vibe that's in you, and if they see you that way or hear you that way, they will make comments towards you, and that will. What happens is it causes like a chain reaction. Once one person's made a comment towards you, another one does, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one. And what that does is it builds up a stress level inside me, you, anybody, whoever this is happening to, yeah. And it can lead to an anxiety crisis. And what I've been holding yesterday was complete peace. I took 2 clonazepams the night before, and that day I took a busbarone when I woke up. I took another busbarone because I started to feel slightly anxious, and then I took my last busbarone, which I left for a few hours on the train on the way home because I felt like I was going to get like digs off people, you know. Because like I say, when they feel that energy from you, that insecure energy, that stressed out energy, they will make comments towards you to stress you out. I'm not saying they know that it's going to stress you out. I think what it is it's a dehumanization, you know. They see you as some kind of victim, and it's socially acceptable in certain circles to, when someone feels that way, to hurt them, hurt them with your words, you know. That's the way I see it. So yesterday I was balanced all day long. I didn't get any comments. I didn't get any triggers, you know, everything was fine. And the important thing, which is relevant, is that when a person, you meet anybody, is balanced, not in anxiety, triggers really, really aren't a problem. So I'm getting to the point here, which is that I had two clonazepams this morning because I didn't take them last night for whatever reason that was. And I smoked two single skinners of weed lightly packed. And the problem with weed is it's a stimulant, and a stimulant will cause anxiety. And me personally, weed causes massive anxiety in me. I'd say at least as strong as what a coffee does, because I'm allergic to coffee as well. It produces glutamate, which is a stress hormone. But I'd say that weed is worse than coffee for me. But I felt that because I'd had the clonazepam, I thought that would cover it up, and the coffee I had this morning and the weed wouldn't matter. So anyway, we'll get on to the CBD. Okay, last night at 4 o'clock, the CBD was dispatched to me. I received it first thing this morning. It's just a gram, but you do get a lot for a gram. It's 17% CBD, so it's a very strong variety, a very strong weed. And what's in my mind right now is that I do feel stoned off of the CBD. I do. But you see, the difference between, there's two chemicals, right? There's THC, which is in weed, and then there's CBD, which is in hemp. Now, the THC is a stimulant, so therefore it causes anxiety, whereas the CBD is a relaxant, therefore it helps with anxiety. So I'd had these two spliffs of weed. It's been about an hour or two since I finished the second one, so I am coming down off it. But I've just had two pipes of CBD and really, really felt quite stoned off of it. And I want my review to be objective. I have no stress about people triggering me. I have no stress about getting uncomfortable comments off of people. In my feelings, I can sense this because of a sort of general sort of anxiety that I feel when I've had too many stimulants. It has cured it. What's relevant though is that when I came off my antipsychotic medication, I would find that CBD would make me psychotic. So I just feel that's relevant, and that something around, this is for me personally, I've heard that other people do not experience psychosis off of CBD, but for me personally, it's around a balance between solving the anxiety problem, which, by the way, isn't a problem because yes, I could stop taking clonazepam and start smoking CBD, but let's explain it this way. I took two clonazepams last night. Realistically, I'm going to be taking three busbarones today, and I will never feel today. If I hadn't have smoked those two weed spliffs this morning, I would feel like completely comfortable, completely relaxed. Um, and I think that social interaction is actually very good for stress. Um, I feel that because I was at my mum's all day, that really strengthened my peace of mind and my relaxation to a point where it was unlikely that anybody would say anything that was rude. Um, I mean, it's one thing for people just to make comments out of love, but sometimes people make comments because they're being rude. And like I say, they can see you coming. It's an expression. Um, they can see the anxiety inside you, and they perceive that. They see that as weakness and dorkiness. And when someone sees a dork, they like to, they dehumanize that person, and they like to put them off balance with mean comments. Um, but like I say, as it is, without the CBD, if I hadn't smoked the weed, that is, um, I'd be fine, I'd be perfectly comfortable. I'd be very, very happy, very chill, very relaxed, not getting comments off people that are mean, and everything would be fine. But like I say, um, the only thing that concerns me is the psychosis, because my mind is different. CBD does make me psychotic. And so I think what it is, it's around creating a balance between, I mean, we've got three different drugs here. We've got clonazepam, we've got buspirone, and we've got CBD. So I think what it is finding a balance between all three. And I do see that I'll be on clonazepam for a long time, say 1 week to 4 weeks. I've been off of any kind of mania medication for 2 years, and I had an experience of mania, but I didn't know I needed mania medication. This happened about a year ago, though it only lasted a week, and then it went away. But where am I going with this? So yeah, I won't need clonazepam for very long. But like I say, it's a balance between clonazepam, buspirone, and the CBD weed. But I have to say that CBD weed is what allures me the most, for a drug that is going to decrease my anxiety and make me relaxed, make me comfortable. And there's a whole other video about the post-traumatic stress disorder that made me feel like I'm in danger. People are going to be mean to me, and feelings like that. It's post-traumatic stress disorder from physical attacks I had years ago. And like I say, I feel like it's all coming up to be resolved, although not so much in a spiritual way, but in a way of taking drugs to make that post-traumatic stress disorder flashbacks, to make them, to quiet them down, suppress them, and hopefully make them disappear. So my CBD review, okay, I'll say again, I feel stoned off of that CBD. I feel stoned in a very controlled, a very aware kind of way. And I think that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I love you all. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Here's to what do you call it? Problem solving and getting into the complexities of drugs and of different situations. Goodbye.